My name is Ed Howie, and this is Howie Grow a Brand.
1, 2, 3.
So we live our life trying to be fully connected in every opportunity, especially as entrepreneurs. We feel like we have to be aware of everything and engaged in everything and take advantage of everything. That is not possible. It's not possible. It is not possible. I got to tell you, these people on social media that celebrate how they only sleep 2.5 hours a day and that they're up at 3 a.m. and they go to bed at 1 o'clock and that kind of thing, I have lived that life from time to time, and I will tell you, it is not sustainable, and I do not believe it is the full utilization of ourselves, because how can you be connected to others and to opportunities all the time? So I'm sharing some personal reminders and personal validation and personal accountability as we talk about the power of disconnecting. And it is essential for us to be the leaders we are called to be. Now let's think about that, is that as entrepreneurs, as entrepreneurial leaders, we are supposed to be opportunistic. So why is taking care of yourself not a primary opportunity which you and I are pursuing? If we're the sole proprietor, our enterprise demands us to be fully capable. And so if we're not taking care of our mental well-being, if we're not taking care of our physical well-being, if we are not recharging our energies, how do we have the capacity, the power source, the competency, the full capability to be the leader we need to be when we are only using and not replenishing? It's the whole idea of the circular economy. It's created, it produces, it returns and recreated again. Okay? So what is your personal circular economy? Are you renewing or are you just producing? Well, let me tell you that I sit most convicted because I'm 54 years old, so for about my first 39 years of life, whether I was 5 years old on a big wheel going as fast as I could all the time until I had to come home, or whether I was 38 years old starting my own business, trying to figure out how could we actually do this and do this right, and every single penny was dependent upon my ability to create something out of the air. Actually, I guess I was 36. When that all is on your shoulders, it's pretty hard to let go. So here's the deal. We don't have to let go to redirect our energy, because I'm going to show you something we're all familiar with, and that is an extension cord, okay? So if this is us and this is the world, we feel like we have to be fully inserted, fully connected to the power that is around us that we can take advantage of, okay? Whether that's the power that our team demands, whether that's the power that our clients demand, our vendors demand, our creative ideation demands, our ability to manage cash flow, all the demands, we've got to have the power to be plugged into that. But if all of our focus is on this power source, the external, and none of it is focused on the internal, then it is not a balanced circuit. Because we're consuming, using, tapping into all this, but we're not returning it back to our internal source. We're not taking care of ourselves. Now, I got to tell you, this is kind of a difficult topic for me because this is something that is not innate in my behavior. My innate behavior is to be fully plugged in, and preferably if this was a 3-prong outlet, and if I could figure out how to attach 2 more plugs to this single power cord, and if I could have 3 plugs into the 3 outlets, that would be like the best, because that's like how I want to live life. That is not the fullest way to live life. I believe the fullest way to live life is to ensure that we are reconnecting to our own selves, and that we are being as stewarding of our input to ourselves as we are to our output for our business enterprise, for those we love, for our employees, for our team, for our customers, for all those to whom we serve. So it sounds really great, and yeah, I mean, who would say, no, I don't want rest and retreat? Well, see, I'm a member of C12, and we have this thing called a wheel, and it's basically me and 11 other business leaders who have a very candid, transparent relationship, and one of the things that we do is we rate where we are on the wheel, and it measures different parts of our life. So one of them is rest and retreat, and I would suggest that 85% of those around the table every month schedule rest and retreat, identify rest and retreat, as like their lowest of the 8 things they're measuring. Okay? Let me tell me, that's self-inflicted. If on the balance of our lives, rest and retreat is the lowest, it's because that is self-inflicted. We are choosing not to rest and retreat. We're choosing not to disconnect. We're choosing to not step away from the energy of the opportunity because we think that when we do that, we are not being good stewards. Well, let me tell you, that's a lie. The best stewards we can be is that we take care of others and we take care of ourselves. So what does it look like to disconnect? It does not mean leaving the country for 3 weeks and not talking to your team, even though it could. It does not just mean taking a week's vacation and going out to the mountains by yourself in a cabin with a candle and hot dogs and a fire and sustaining on like what you can heat and eat all by yourself in the wilderness. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. It's not sleeping late every single day so that you can just get more sleep, but having no purpose and intention. Maybe what it is you say, I'm not going into the office today till 10 o'clock. Maybe it is, I'm going to act like I'm in a cabin for a week, but I'm going to stay home for a day and disconnect just like that. Maybe it is, I am going to schedule at 4:30 to 5 o'clock, a time to close the door to my office, to turn off the phone, to not look at email, and I'm going to do X for myself. Maybe it's I'm going to get up at 5:30 and cycle or run or lift or CrossFit or pray. Maybe it is I am going to deliberately take care of myself. Well, I believe there are 3 ways that you and I can do a better job at being more deliberate about disconnecting so that we can truly take advantage of the opportunities that life presents. What are those 3 ways? First, we must schedule it. We must treat it just like we would an hour with the next customer we want to close, or an hour with the next team member we want to add to our team, or an hour with the bank where we're going to finalize the financing for our new venture. Why aren't we, why shouldn't we be as excited and as deliberate about scheduling our personal disconnection time as we are the next opportunity? Second is we have to schedule enough time. If you need an hour with the bank, why don't you need an hour with yourself, right? Versus, oh my gosh, I'm going to take like a 3-minute break and I'm going to go walk around the parking lot. Maybe that could be helpful. But schedule it and schedule enough time. Maybe what it is that I need to say that a certain time of the week, every week, for 45 minutes, for an hour, is going to be ed time. Untouchable time, just as if you were in the most important business meeting of your life, for you. Schedule it, make sure it's enough time. And then here's what I would encourage you to do. And this is something I've started doing for about a year now, actually, is not just schedule in and schedule your time, but schedule your intention. Okay, is it that I need to sweat my ass off? Is it that I need to be still? Is it that I need to read? Is it maybe that what I need to do is take 15 minutes and write some thank you notes to people to tell them how much I appreciate them? Maybe I want to literally like research stuff, but with intention, not just like surf the internet, but literally I want to learn more about X. Maybe it is I need to tell someone else what I am burdened by, and that maybe I just need someone to listen. When we are fully connected to the power of the opportunity, it is very difficult for us to disconnect to take care of the power of ourselves. And I'm telling you, we got to do it. To be the leader we are called to be truly ourselves, we have to be as intentional with going after the opportunity as we are in taking care of ourselves. And it's not slacking, and it's not being a non-highly functioning leader. It is actually being a highly functioning leader, because we will be a more well-functioning human. And frankly, life's a lot more joyful when you're living that balanced, intentional life of full engagement and full disconnection. My name is Ed Howie, and disconnecting is one of the ways we grow a brand. I hope this helps and inspires your day. If any of this works on your business this week, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, or please message me directly. Can't wait to see what we chat about on the next episode. We'll see you soon.